Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti. I am MrPhotographer.com. As you probably know, there are a million things you could do in Photoshop, and most people, including myself, don't know what half of those things are. In this video, I want to talk about a menu item that I believe a lot of people aren't aware of, but I think would help many people achieve something they want to achieve. Specifically, if you're in Photoshop and you go up to the File menu, go down to Generate, and you can see that it says Image Assets. And a lot of people really don't know what that does. And specifically, what it will allow you to do is it will allow you to have multiple output files of the layers in Photoshop. Now, let me try to explain by demonstrating it. I have this image here open in Photoshop. This is a raw file that is on my desktop in this folder. I just called the folder project. You could call the folder anything you want. And you can see it's a Sony raw file. And it's opened up in Photoshop, and I have the background layer. So I'm going to unlock this layer. I'm just going to hit this little lock and unlock it. And I'm going to duplicate this 2 times. So I'm going to hit Command J on my Mac twice. It's Control J on a PC. Now I'm going to rename this first layer 0, this bottom layer. I'm going to rename this Hoyt Lake .jpeg, JPG. All right, I'm putting the suffix on that layer. Now the middle layer, I'm going to rename that. I'm going to call that Buffalo Parks .png. All right, so I gave that the PNG suffix. And this last layer, the top layer, I'm going to call that summertime .gif, GIF. All right, so I have these 3 layers of the exact same image. So it's the same exact thing, except I just named them differently. The bottom one's hoytlake.jpg, middle one's buffaloparks.png, and that top layer is summertime.gif. Now I'm going to go up to File, down to Generate, and we're going to go to Image Assets. And when you do that, it's going to appear that nothing happened. Look around, there's no progress bar, nothing's happening. Well, in the background, what Photoshop is doing, it's creating these 3 files. And if we go and we minimize this, and we go into this folder that my original image is in, you'll see there's another folder with the name of the image as the beginning part of the folder name, and then it says Assets at the end. And if I open up that folder, you'll see there's buffaloparks.png. Open that, and it's just taking a while to open, but there it is, buffaloparks.png, hoytlake.jpg, all right, and summertime.gif. And there you go. So it created 3 different file types of that same exact file. It just took those layers as I named them and created that file type. Now you may be thinking, well, is that really a GIF or maybe it's a JPEG? Well, if I hit Command I on my Mac, I could get the info on this image, and you can see it is a GIF image. So it does create the GIF file. We'll go to that PNG one as well, and you can see there. So it actually created the PNG file there, and the same thing for the JPEG. So you could create different file types, just name them with the suffix as the file type you want to create. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you one more application of this Generate Assets function. So I'm going to get rid of that folder, and we'll go back to Photoshop. And we're going to go to the History panel, and we're just going to go back to the way it was at the very beginning. And I'm going to go up to File, Generate. I'm going to remove that check mark, Image Assets, so we're taking that away. All right, now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how it may come in handy for those of you that are graphics artists or you're creating graphics with an image. For example, I'll unlock this again, and I'm going to create I'm just going to do this twice. I'm going to create one more layer by hitting Command J on my Mac. And on this first layer, I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to get the type tool. I'm going to hit the T key on my keyboard for the type tool. And I'm going to go right here. I'll click, and I'll call this Hoyt Lake. and it's not showing only because I have that top layer turned on. So I'm going to just turn that off. And you can see there's White Lake right there. All right. So I'm going to get the move tool and we'll move it down, touch maybe, and center it a little better. And I'm going to leave it white. I'll just go to the effects button down here and I'm going to add a drop shadow to it to make it stand out a little better. And just like that. All right. So we added that White Lake to that layer. Now I want to merge that type layer or text layer with the layer below it. So I'm just going to hit Command E on my Mac. It's Control E on a PC, and that will take the layer you're clicked on and merge it with the layer below. So now we have layer 0, and I'm going to rename it. I'm just going to call it White Lake.jpg. All right. Now we have this top layer I have turned off. We'll turn that back on, and we'll do a type layer for that. So I'm going to hit the T key to go to the type tool, and we'll go here, click in the middle, and we'll call that summertime. All right. So I'll go to the move tool and I'll center this a little better like that. And again, I'll go to the effects and add a drop shadow to that. We'll click OK. Now I want to merge it with the layer below. I'll hit Command E again. So it merged it there. So I'm going to name this one summertime.jpg. Okay, so we have these two layers. One has summertime written on it, and the other one has White Lake written on it. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to File, Generate, Image Assets. And of course, it again doesn't indicate it's doing anything. But we'll go to our folder that I have the original image in, and we have Image Assets, and you can see White Lake.jpg. There it is. And summertime.jpg right there. So that is, again, one of the many things that are in Photoshop that I think most of us probably don't even know what it does. And limited use, admittedly, but maybe some of you would find this useful for something you're doing. And I think it comes in handy. You could just change the file type and have it output specific file types. You could have it output multiple variations of the same type of file. Like this time I did 2 different JPEGs. They just had different type on it, text on it. So check it out. Let me know in the comments below if you think this is something you'd use. And I do appreciate everyone watching my videos. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys soon.